Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel again. Just before we get into it, there's nothing too much to cover in terms of announcements before we start the game today. The only thing is the video, as usual, will be up on YouTube just shortly after this. All socials will be down below. And if you've got anything you want to say in the chat, please do feel free to fire in stuff because we're more than happy to take your suggestions as we play, just as we did last week. Ian, start the game for us, please.
Okay, so let's do a little bit of housekeeping before we start. So, Finlay, tell me about Nate. Tell me, how does Nate look right now?
Based off my health, having been revitalized by the good doctor's serum, I'm feeling pretty good. If I am still, a bit strange that I am kind of covered head to toe in this rather strange outfit. Albeit I do still have my hat just perched on top of the gas mask.
So, issues are all standing around this hole, looking down this dugout grave with the hole in the bottom of it. Nate, you feel like your nose is beginning to run. It's almost like you've got a cold. You can feel the nose begin to run down. And you feel like your eyes begin to weep, when you get that wind in your face and your eyes begin to run. I feel like that as well. You feel the dampness on your cheeks under this gas mask.
I'll try shugle my mask to see if I can itch myself at all.
So you itch your face and you can feel it's beginning to run more. Your nose is running, you sniff it up a couple of times, you can feel it running from both nostrils. Your other eye starts dripping. You feel the moisture dripping onto your cheek inside this mask. Are you doing anything?
As my mask is slowly filling up, I'd see if I could just kind of pop the seal at the bottom just to see if I can try to let any excess fluids run out.
Yep, so you can feel this almost running down your neck now, inside this wetsuit you've got on almost. Feel this liquid running down your neck out your gas mask.
Is it quite visible that he's struggling, Ian?
I don't know if he's struggling, but he's been adjusting his mask and things like that. I think.
Okay, I'm gonna feel it. I feel like I would have spotted something like that. I'll just kind of turn to him
Well,
going,
give me a spot hidden then.
Right. Oh, okay, sure. first roll of the night, and it is a hard success. 23.
So yeah, you see him fiddling with his mask and things like that.
I won't even like say it out loud. I'll just kind of like just, I don't know, fist bump his arm or something just to get his attention. Kind of point to my face, going, "You all right?"
Just a bit of a cold coming on.
Do you need to take a minute?
It's fine. It's just a cold. I'm sure.
All right. Well, just keep an eye on yourself, right? Don't push yourself too hard.
I'm sorry. Did you say you have a cold?
Damn it! You heard me.
I see everything. I seen you fiddle with your mask. Would you like me to take a look, just in case? We are dealing with quite a severe infection in this area.
That's what. Fine.
Okay. Medical tent, please.
I make my way to the tent.
I'll quickly seal up the inside there and clean the outside of the suit with some alcohol and some other sterilizing solutions. And then remove his mask to have a look at his face.
Okay, so as you remove his mask, you notice that from his eyes and from his nose, he's got a trickle of green line down his face and coming out his nose. With your spot hidden and your medical knowledge, this looks very much like your formula.
Oh, interesting. I haven't seen results like this before. Would you mind if I take a few samples?
Yeah, sure. Knock yourself out.
Excuse me.
Take a
Just
couple.
don't knock me out.
No, take a couple of swabs of the liquid on his face and quickly put it underneath a microscope. Have a wee look.
Yep, Definitely looking at this through your microscope, this is 100% your formula that seems to be leaking out of him.
Hmm.
Nate, as you
Any
reach up, you can feel it's actually your ears are damp as well, as it seems to be coming out your ears. It's running out your eyes, down your nose.
Oh, yeah. I get the feeling this isn't normal.
Oh, it is normal in experimental science. Please strip down and use the shower to wash yourself down.
But before that, before you strip down and start showering, can you make me a constitution roll?
Joe, this is the kind of high fantasy stuff people tune in for, man. Man going for a shower.
Hell yeah. I say success.
A success. Okay, so you, as you begin to make your way to the shower, you drop to your knees. You start physically compulsing, by like almost fitting on the floor as you're vomiting up this thick green liquid.
Can I make a medicine roll to see if there's any way that I can stabilize his condition without making him worse?
Yep, you can make that roll for me.
When he heaves, I'd be just reaching for a hip flask. Just.
Hey, I rolled a 91 and still succeeded.
So with that,
Sexy.
with that, you think that it almost seems like his body's rejecting your formula that you've got. You think maybe once it's all out, it might stabilize, but it definitely seems like there's something in him that's rejecting this.
Where's my jar of leeches?
It'll pop in your medical bag.
Yep. I was waiting for that reaction, Cammy.
Nope.
I do a bit of bloodletting and then apply the leeches, and then try to use my medical knowledge to make sure he doesn't die on the floor.
feel like they're on me. I don't feel they're on me, man. It's horrible.
When
I'm
you
just
feel that,
flopping on the floor like a limp dog.
Oh no, man. Like,
So
it's like a good trigger for me.
after applying the leeches to him as he's compulsing on the floor, the compulsions slowly begin to ease off. The leakage begins to stop from his nose and from his mouth and his ears, and you can see him begin to come back to consciousness and begin to become more awake.
I'll remove the leeches and apply some bandages, and then quickly scout the medical tent to see if I can find like general blood bag that I can apply to him.
Yep, there's medical equipment here, so there would be bags of plasma and things like that. You'd be able to hook him up to an IV without any problem.
I'll put the IV to his chest, tape it onto his chest, and then tell him to put his suit back on and get ready to go.
I'm gonna take that chore first.
Oh, yes, I forgot about that.
Can't need it.
Remove the tape and the bandages and go. On you go.
Okay, let's go.
See whilst he's in the shower and he's washing himself, I'm going to stand right behind him, just wash his back. Just creepily.
So as they're enjoying a shower together, Stephen and Francis,
I'm still in full protective gear and gas mask, just washing his back.
Francis,
Oh my.
you've started pulling out the rope from the truck to try and put it from the tow line on the front of the truck. A little winch to try and get it down this hole. You can see the hole at the bottom of the grave. It's about 2, maybe 3 foot wide. It seems to drop down as far as you can tell. You see maybe 10, 15 feet into the darkness. And then it's complete darkness beyond that point. What he's doing.
Taking the bomb with us.
Sorry, what was that?
We're taking the bomb with us.
Okay. So you've dropped this rope down from the tow line. Are you going to start making your way down? Are you waiting for the other people?
And I'm going to head down.
Okay. So you slowly start making your way
And-
down the rope. What you going to do? Sorry.
I say, Stephen, look, I'm going to head down. Obviously, any trouble or that, I'll be straight back up.
Okay. I mean, I think they're busy in the tent, but you want me to come down with you just for some backup?
Where's Shapiro?
Shapiro's
I don't
left,
know, actually.
heading towards the
So he
farm.
has.
The last time he spoke to him,
Yep.
he was heading away.
Nope, that's fine. You want to attach the bomb to the rope and that, and then slowly finger it down once I'm down.
Can do, yeah.
There we go.
So as you start making your way
um,
into this hole, sorry, make way to Stephen.
Oh no, I was just going to say, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I do have something else I want to cover in my character in a minute, but run through this first.
Yep, we'll get that in a second. So, Francis, you start making your way into this hole. Are you going to climb down for it? This tunnel? If you could make me a climb roll.
See how horribly wrong this goes. If it actually
Watch out for
does
the melon
anything,
down there.
I did push it. Oh, there we go. Took a while. That's a fail.
That's a fail. So,
That's a heavy fail.
as you start making your way down through this tunnel, it's about 2 foot wide, yet find that you're almost scraping through. You eventually climb down 10, 15 feet, and then you go to put your foot further down slightly, and there's nothing there. Your foot slips, and you begin to fall. Now, would you like to push that roll or spend luck or something?
I'll push it
Okay.
Oh,
with the
no.
fact
Mm.
You're going to snap your
fact
leg or
that-
something?
I'm pushing it by the moment I start to fall, I'm going to wrap my leg around it. So it basically forces me to head down, but grab my foot to basically grab the rope, so it helps slow my descent. And once I've got a slow enough descent, I'm going to grab the rope in front of me. So I'm basically going down face first and go like that to basically brace myself using my leg in the rope.
So make me a roll.
Oh my god, like literally, like you've just described snapping your leg or something if it goes wrong. No, I can't watch.
Here we go. Let's see what the delay is. It's even worse.
It's
Way
only,
down she goes.
it's only 1 point worse, but still a failure. So, as you grab onto this rope, you twist your leg around it, you start spinning down the rope, you feel your hands burning and burning as you're sliding down the rope. You eventually get to the point that you're now dropping, you've dropped 10, 20, 30 foot sliding down this rope, 40 foot, you hit the 50-foot mark and the rope ends, and you just start falling. So, Stephen, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I was securing the rope at first, right? Before I get to what I'm doing, just one thing I wanted to cover before I forget, right? See from when we had the last combat from
Yep.
now, however long's passed, I know I get back a magic point an hour. How much would I have cured back? Or accrued back?
Say 4.
Cool. Right, just had to know. Right, so I've been attaching this rope, right? Did I hear him make any noise, or is it just one of these really weird like falls in the game where he falls silently, or
Roll,
is he like?
roll me a listen.
Let's go. Right. Oh shit, my listen's not good, mate. No, I've not got a bloody Scooby.
Yeah, no, you don't hear anything unless you want to like push the roll or spend 26 points of luck.
Nah, absolutely not. What I'll be doing is, see, just as I've secured the rope, I'll just naturally shout out, "All right, Francis, that should be you, mate. You all good?"
You don't hear anything from Francis down this hole.
I'll walk over and I'll have a look down.
As soon as you poke your head through, you hear the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah, as you lean over the hole, you can see the darkness, the dark little tunnel at the bottom of this grave. But you can't see Francis.
Francis, you all right, mate?
Silence.
I'll instruct one of the soldiers just that are kind of like we're going about the base, just to kind of keep an eye on this hole and make sure no one falls into it. And I'm going to run into like the medical tent just where the other two went. They are running into them having this weird intimate like shower sequence.
I think that's the
It's
perfect
not-
point for me entering as you see Victor
There's
standing there.
nothing weirdly intimate about it. It's purely scientific. I'm checking other orifices for leakage.
Just
or
walk in, there's like
times.
fucking Marvin Gaye playing in the background.
Time, baby.
So you
But yeah,
burst in at this
so
point.
I'll burst through the door and I'll be like, guys, I can't find Frat.
Yes.
You can't find Francis, you say?
I think he went down the hole, but I think he's not responding to me.
No, I
I've
was
tried
just
to get him
watching his
down.
back. I didn't go. Oh, you meant Francis. Yes, let's go look.
Yeah, if you could, like, just take your time. I'll go out and I'll check the hole, but just so you know, I think we need to get move on, and I'll run back out and I'm gonna like check down the hole and shout for Francis again, but pretty loud this time. Like, almost as if I'm like, I really hope I don't fall in doing this, but like, that way sticking my head in far enough that when I shout, it'll like reverberate off the walls of the. I
Okay.
can't speak. Off the walls of the hole.
Yep. So you roar down the hole and you can hear the echo. Francis, 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 Francis. And there's no response.
I run towards the hole, but the whole time I'm looking at my shoulder, shouting back to the medical student, "Make sure you're secure, your protective wear." And I'm not looking where I'm going. I run right into the back of Stephen.
Okay.
Oh,
Stephen, can you make me a dex roll?
That is intentional. Like,
That's the game.
success 16.
So Victor hits your back and you stumble, but you kind of like manage to move to the side and you stumble along the side of the grave before falling over
You
just
watch
next to
me
it.
going.
I was. Where did you come from?
I nearly went down.
Oh my.
It's one of those episodes, is it?
one of those episodes.
So, Francis, you hit the ground with quite a large, hard bump. And you take 11 points of damage as you hit the ground, flat on your back. You're
Oh,
in a tunnel. It's dark, it's pitch black, but you can make out the little bit of light that comes from the hole. It looks like you're almost in a tunnel. It's wide. You can't even see the other side. As you look up, the hole that you fell through seems to be quite small. Probably, it looks like almost like a pinprick of light above the ceiling. Make me an intelligence roll.
Not gonna work. That's a hard success.
So, looking up and trying to work out with the size of the light and things like that, you've probably fell about 200 feet from where the rope ended. It's a big tunnel that you're in, and it's pitch black. But you get to your feet and you can hear the shouting from above. You can hear your name echoing throughout it. And you, from one of the sides, you hear a voice. And it's strange. It's not. It's almost like a chittering, but there's words in it as well. Oh, hello. Are you okay? That looks like a high fall.
Was it hurt?
I bet.
And who are you?
Oh, I'm worm liver.
Warm liver.
Worm liver.
Worm liver.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that because that's what you like to eat? Or is that because that's what you look like?
Ah, well, a bit of this, a bit of that. You know? And who are you?
My name is Francis.
Oh, Francis.
I'm
That's...
here. Yes. I was here trying to do some aid with the locals and trying to help them out, and we discovered this big hole. I went to try and climb down it, misjudged how deep it was, and fell.
Oh yeah, yes, a big one. Eh. Well, it's good to see you.
Say the same, but I can't see you.
As you kind of look forward, you can see almost the outline of this humanoid. It's a little bit taller than you, probably about 6 foot, 6'1", and you can see the outline shape. It's like, hey, you want to come and join us? Are you the one who keeps giving us all the tasties?
And if you've been eating those men, you may become very sick.
But all the tasties, all that tasty, all that tasty, so
Yes.
good. I've not had a meal like that in oh, I can't remember how long, but so many tasties. Place is full of
What's it that
tasties.
made this tunnel?
And he's like, this tunnel. Oh, this tunnel was made by the dole.
Oh.
Oh yeah. We don't want to meet the dole. Come on, come this way.
I've got some friends up there I'm waiting on coming down, so I'd rather wait on them coming down.
Okay, well we can wait on them, but come this way. We've got tasties.
Oh, I'm okay just now. Just wait on my friends coming down.
Okay. Well, don't go that way. And if you can kind of see the hand raised and pointing up, and you can see the fingers are almost extended. It's like longer than most humanoid fingers, almost ending claws. You can see patches of fur on the place, and he's like, "Don't go that way. You don't want to go that way. The door's that way."
Which way was that? Was that to my left or to my right?
It's
As I'm
behind.
looking up.
It's behind you. So
Behind me.
yeah, so if you're facing him, he's pointing behind you. He's like, "Just don't go that way. You don't want to go that way. Door's that way."
Okay. In the ground. It's like a muddy kind of ground, is it?
No, it's make an intelligence roll for me. Give me 1 second. I need to plug my laptop in. I thought I had, and I haven't.
No, a hard success. I'm an intelligent man.
So
Big brain wrinkle activate.
It's a shame you can't hit your shots in that pistol, though, mate.
So looking at this, you almost think it's like something's eating its way through or burrowed its way through the ground. Thinking about it, as you look along the walls, you can see like ridges as like something's moved its way through. It's like
Are there any loose rocks on the ground, Ian?
no, it's actually almost completely clean.
Of course it would be.
And he's
Of course it would.
like, you sure you don't want to come this way for some tasties?
I'm sure. I'll wait on my friends coming down and then we'll take it from there.
Oh, we could have a party. Oh, it's been a long time since we've had a party. He looks and he's like, oh, your eyes look so tasty. But we could have a
If I think
party.
about it.
Okay. Well, when your friends come this way. And turn around, you can almost see he starts like almost lopping off. It's almost like his arms are slightly too long for his body. Almost like that way a gorilla monkey walks. You can see its legs are bent almost the wrong way. It's like, are you sure you don't want to come for some tasties as it looks back over its shoulder?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Can you make me a con roll?
It's like when a junkie comes up to you on a night out.
You want to get some?
Like, I feel like
some-
I've had
some
this interaction
tasties?
outside of Spoons.
It was one time, right?
Yes.
You told me you wouldn't bring it up again.
So you just stand there and you can smell waving down the corridor the way it's sleeping. I smell it. Smells nice. It actually smells really good. It smells almost like the best smell meat you've ever smelled in your life. And you just like it's it smells so nice. It's almost like a barbecue, a nice like T-bone steak on the barbecue, wafting down the corridor. Okay, well, you know you're more than welcome to come this way. Come join us.
Certainly. Thank you.
And
I'm waiting on my friends first.
it starts lopping off. What are the rest of these doing?
Having looked down the hole,
Yep.
I sit down and I. Oh, what? Sorry.
Make a phone call.
Take it. No, answer that phone call. Answer that phone call live on stream.
Oh, that'd be great.
With the group chat that was currently phoning me, no chance in hell. So I sit down and I take my medical bag off and I unravel it, and it turns out it's like basically like a big raveled satchel. And I start digging through it for some chemicals, and I take out hydrogen peroxide solution and some luminol, and start concocting basically glow in the dark liquid.
Nice.
Okay.
I run back to the medical tent, and I'm going to get some basically like bed sheets. And I'm going to create a small parachute with a speaker on the end there. I'm going to drop it down the hole as it lights up,
Okay. So
and
Make-
just watch as it goes.
So as you drop this down, Francis, as you're standing there, suddenly this little thing drops down next to you, starts slowly waving its way through the air, lands on the ground, and slowly lights the place up. And you only see this creature from behind, but seeing it, you can see it's humanoid in this eerie glowing light. The Victor's dropped down, but it's humanoid, but seems to knees bent the wrong direction. Its arms seem to be slightly longer than it should be. They almost end in claws. As it looks back over its shoulder, you can see its forehead's extended and its bottom jaw's sticking out, almost canine-ish. I need you to make a sanity roll for me.
Hey, look, I helped.
No.
That's an extreme success on my
An
sanity.
extreme success. Well, lucky you only lose one sanity for seeing this. Correct.
Oh no. Am I going to get NAM flashbacks from Broadmoor? Oh dear.
Yeah, so in this situation, you only lose 1 point of sanity.
Just a little bit.
So, as this is going on, Victor's just dropped this little parachute vial down the hole. Nate and Stephen, what are you doing?
I mean, I'm still just looking down the hole, but I'll turn to Victor. Go, Victor, you're the smart one here. What would you suggest?
We write him off as dead and continue with our mission. But since most people won't do that, we should probably find a way to get them.
Knight, what are you thinking?
After donning my suit back on and getting myself back in gear, knowing we're going into a very deep darkness, I'd like to see if I can find any. I'd like to step one, see if I can find a lantern, and two, any extra rope.
So, make me a luck roll, Nate.
I feel lucky, oh so lucky. Success.
So, yep, looking around, you can see in one of the tents, you remember seeing a couple of lanterns and some rope. So, you can grab them. And what you want to do with them?
Yep. Having grabbed the lantern and the rope, when I get the rope, I'm gonna start get over to the grave hole and just start with the rope, just putting knots in it about every couple of feet, so that like when we kind of tie it on for helping us descend, it's a lot easier as you're not just going straight down the rope, you're going down notches.
No problem. So, are you pulling back up the rope that you've already put down there and attaching your rope to it? Or are you just going to. What are you going to do?
Yep.
Yep.
I'd just go. Well, I think this will certainly help, and judging that we're missing somebody, I don't imagine this is going to do well. But I'll just pull this rope up. If you'll give me 5 minutes, I shall get everything sorted.
Are you needing a hand with anything, Knight? Or are you happy to do this on your own?
Well, if you can help me get this rope up, and once I make the knot, double check it's good, right, and tight, because we don't get halfway down and for it to rip off. That'd be helpful.
This was the rope that was on the front of the truck, wasn't it? Because they brought the truck over to the edge of the hole.
Yeah, so there's one rope down the hole currently, which was attached to a winch in the truck.
Watching these two idiots try to hand pull the rope up, I walk back over the truck and start turning the crank to bring the rope up quicker.
Okay, so the rope eventually comes up. You attach the other rope to the end. And I'm guessing you're throwing it back down to climb down.
I'd like to double check the connection first, just to make sure it is a sturdy connection.
Okay,
I
so
assist with that as well, and I'm assisting with that.
okay, so roll me just a dexterity.
With advantage, since I'm helping him.
Okay, yes, with advantage.
Yeah, thank you. I could fucking hear in his laugh he was going to fuck with us on the way down.
Not that I needed it. First roll was a hard success.
Okay.
Hard to fail. That's a hard success.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely think between two years this rope is well attached. So you get it back down, and he's going to start making the descent.
How long is the rope altogether on there?
Oh, you would probably think about 150, maybe 200 feet.
Might I suggest that we tie the box onto the end of the rope and lower that down first?
That's a sensible decision.
I would rather not have that fall on top of me.
Wait, sorry, what are we doing?
My God, this gas mask is squeezing his last brain cells.
Well, no, I mean, you've got to remember, I've just been through some sort of a procedure. I'm a little bit... Just what was the plan?
Tie the box to the rope, lower the box into the hole, see if it stops, and then we climb down.
I'm all for that.
Yes, maybe put the lantern with it as well, just so that we can see where we're going. Yep, so I would affix the light to the box and just I think between us we just start lowering the box down nicely. Nice and gentle like.
So if you slowly start lowering this box down, Francis, you eventually see the crate of the half-Durag device lowering down. It's about 10 foot above you as eventually it hits the rope, the end of the rope. But you can definitely see it.
Up, and hopefully they can hear me that they're 10 feet short.
So if the other thieves can all make me listen rolls.
94 for me, as a fail.
Wow!
Oh, nice.
So a critical success for the doctor. You can hear Francis shouting up to you, telling you your 10-foot score. You can also, because it's a critical, you can hear something else moving. You can almost feel a vibration in the ground, as though something's moving below it. You remember the scene in Jurassic Park where you see the water in the cup?
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
that kind of feel. Boom, boom, boom. As though
Nice.
something's moving.
My spider sense is tingling. Oh wait, too early for that franchise.
You're part spider?
Aren't we all?
I'm not.
Actually, I'm supposed to. I tell them to stop lowering where they've lowered the rope in there.
Yeah, it's down.
Francis, are you alone down there?
So Francis, you can hear Victor shouting down the hole.
Yes, I am. How come?
Because there's something fucking huge down there too.
Not that I can see.
Just as you say that, Francis, you can feel the ground below your feet begin to shake. You can feel almost like an earthquake. You find yourself stumbling as the ground shakes below you. You turn around and look behind you, and you can almost feel something coming, but you can't see anything. But you can feel almost like a pressure wave, the vibrations coming through the ground.
Oh, hail, Mole Man.
Between me and the device.
There's about 10 foot between you and the device.
Totally 15 foot off the ground-ish, 16 foot. So I am going to, if I pull this off, it's going to be fucking immense. Basically, crouch down as small as I can and basically straight jump up.
Well, in that case, roll me that
Catch-
skill called jump.
Catch the bottom of the device.
Ends
So
up
we need to
pulling the
get 4
trigger.
feet
Ends
up.
up pulling the trigger by accident, blows it up down there.
Bada bing, bada boom.
So,
Just a fail.
Second soft reset of the campaign.
so as you jump up, you feel your fingers just touching the edge of the box, just sliding across it. You just can't jump high enough for it.
Spawned up.
But as you land, the ground shakes again. You fall to your knees. Whatever it is coming closer. You hear the voice, the same chittering voice. Run! Run! This way! This way! Run!
No choice. I've got two choices. One, face down this big thing that's coming towards me. It's probably just going to squish me or eat me, or run with the cannibals who are likely to try and eat me. But I
Yeah,
have a
they-
chance
they-
of surviving that one better.
At least
So
you
I
get
guess I'll
party
be
before it.
running.
Arte.
Okay, so you start running behind this creature lorping off and starts running down this tunnel. And then it suddenly takes a turn to the left, darts into a smaller hole. Almost like something's dug into this tunnel. You can feel this hole is about 3 foot wide. You think to yourself, it could be virtually impossible for you to get through that. But as you dive into it, you can feel, yeah, you're finding handhold, you're finding grips. You begin to push your way in, you're almost going downwards at a 45-degree angle, head first, into this tunnel, and you release into another tunnel. It's about 5 foot tall, about 3 foot wide. This creature's just in front of you. And it's like, come, man, this way. We'll be safe this way. Come. And it starts lopping off down this little tunnel. You eventually, if you follow it, you eventually arrive to this open area. It's about 20 foot square. And what the rest of you is doing is you feel the ground under your feet shaking.
He's a goner. That's it, boys. We set the
I'm
device off.
moving about 20 feet back from the edge of this hole, just in case it collapses.
Yeah, collapse is a concern. I'd probably move back and like, oh, not today. Here, boy.
Fucking dog still here, man. Do you know what? This is like sprinkle and Critical Role.
That dog will
Dog-
survive everything. That dog will outlive me.
That's your backup character. Nate dies. Play the dog.
Hell yeah.
What are you doing in this turn of combat? I'd like to lick my balls. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hell, you could, you would.
we know what you want to do, but what does your character want to do?
Oh, very clever. Very clever.
Haha.
Right. Yeah. I'm kind of with the others. I'll sort of back up, like away from the edge of the hole, and kind of turn going. What do we do? Do we just go? Do we climb down now, or
Wait till the
I-
tremors
I-
stop.
Are you doing anything with the half-the-rang device that you've got? Or-
Use the crank to bring it up a bit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a shout.
So you rapidly start winching this back up. Eventually, you get to the end of the winch cable, and then turn around. But Francis, you enter into this large cave. In this cave, you can see there's a small little fire burning, and now you can see these creatures. Creatures, as you notice, there's about 8 or 9 of them, all sitting around the fire. One sitting with an arm, a human arm, and it's slowly starting eating it. And it looks up at you. And there's another one sitting with, like, sucking the bone of a finger. And it looks up at you and like, ah, welcome. Oh, is this the one who brought the tasties? And the one that's with you, and one's like, oh yes, he brought the tasties. He makes the tasties. And they're like, oh, thank you for the tasties. We like the tasties.
Do you like them?
Oh yes, we like the tasties. They're so tasty. We haven't had so much. Oh, there's so much meat. We haven't had so much in such a long time. Well, come sit. Come sit. Do you want something to eat? Oh,
Okay, fine.
and they'll kind of look at each other and they start giggling and like look at you and like, it's rude to turn down food. It's very rude.
Where I'm from.
Oh, well, you're not where you're from now, are you? You're here.
You're in our neck of the woods, boy.
Ding 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 ding.
And one of them kind of hands you over this arm. It's like, eat, eat. And I need you to make a power roll for me. As you, this human arm is passed to you, and you feel almost like absolutely starving. You can feel, but you manage to fight with an extreme. You manage to fight back the urge, but this smells absolutely gorgeous to you. This meat. It smells like the best thing you've ever smelled in your life. Scythians look down on you. Ah, amazing. Oh, looks again, it's like, you've begun the change. Not long. Well, aren't you one of us?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes, I am.
They'll kind of start looking at each other and start talking in this strange chitter noise. You can just hear. They're talking to each other, and they'll start laughing. And no one looks again. It's like, oh, he looks so tasty. But we've got so many tasties here. Are you sure you don't want to join us for our party?
I'm absolutely fine as I am. Thank
Okay.
you, though.
Okay, no problem there. But I'm sure you'll be fine. But yes, lucky that we got away from that. Yes. Why are you down here then? If you're not here to join us?
We were finding out why the bodies had gone missing,
Well,
and
they're tasty.
we now know why.
They're tasty.
But there's all. I get that they're tasty, and they're tasty for you. It's just not my sort of thing.
Is it
But
not?
no, it's not. So we were trying to find out why, and we found this big tunnel, so we thought we'd check it out. There is an illness that is taking over the land up there.
Oh. Is it a Black Death again?
Yes.
Oh, I remember the last Black Death. Oh, there were so many tasties then. So many tasties at that point. The graveyards were overflowing. Everyone's like, oh, do you remember the Spanish flu? And they're like, oh yeah, that was such a good time. That was a good time. We had such a nice tasties amounts at that time. Oh yeah. Oh, well, that's always a good sign for us when there's another disease. More disease means more bodies.
Fucking Endgame Wendigo.
Ian, I've not seen any other entrance, exit out of this place apart from the way I came in.
No, there is another tunnel heading off to the. It's heading off to the north slightly.
Where does that head? Does that head back to the tunnel that we just came down?
No, that heads to the. Heads to the bucket.
Bucket.
Bucket? Where we put the bones.
Where else from there?
Oh, well, from there it heads anywhere you want.
Back to the tunnel that I was in before.
Well, if that's where you want to go.
Yes, it is.
You're like, well, come then. We can show you. We could take you. You can go anywhere. Where would you like to go?
Back to the tunnel that first
I-
met you.
Oh well, I know a lovely little graveyard in Paris. We could go to.
No, I just want to go back to the tunnel that I was just in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's go this way. One starts leaping off the worms. One that originally spoke to you. He's like, "Are you sure you don't want something to eat?"
Sure.
Okay, well, okay, come this way. And starts leading you down a tunnel. This tunnel gets very low, gets to about 3 feet in height, and eventually you come. There's a room with a hole in the ground, and he's like, "Careful of the hole! Don't fall in there." That's a bucket.
We'll avoid that.
Now, at this point, you realise that you're in absolute pitch black. There's not a single bit of light, but you can see. You can see the shapes of the creature in front of you. You can see the walls. It's almost as though you see everything in greys and things, and you can see the heat left by the creature's feet in front of you as well. Careful of the bucket. And then, come on, this way. And he comes up to a wall, and there's about 40, 50 holes in the wall. And he leans over to one end, he's was sniffing at the hole. And he's like, not that one. Moves over to the next one, he's like, yes, this one. Come this way. He's like, come this way. And he starts crawling through this hole, and it's about 2 foot square at the most. And you can see him almost stretching out, his hands out long out in front of him, his feet onto that position where he's on his fingertips and his toes. He starts making his way into the tunnel in front of you. Are you going to follow him?
Obviously, make sure there's nothing behind me before I even go in there.
Yep. As you look behind you, you can see back down the tunnel you came, the firelight flickering. You can see the shadows of the other creatures you have passed. And there's a hole in the ground. It's about 4 foot wide, this hole in the ground.
I'll leave it and go follow the worm liver.
So as you start making your way into this tunnel, it should be hard to crawl through this. It's only 2 foot wide by 2 foot high. You seem to find it extremely easy to make your way through this tunnel, and eventually you come out at the end, which is about 6 foot up the wall of the original tunnel you were in. It drops you in to the tunnel, and he's like, well, just about 100 meters that way is where you originally came in. So will you give us more tasties?
There will be more tasties that come, yes.
Oh, excellent! I'm looking forward to them. Now, it's so good, tasties. Oh, I've never had so much tasties in my life. But thank you for them. Just
Glad
down
you're
that
enjoying
way.
them.
Just down that way. And And I'll see you soon, brother. And it climbs off into another tunnel. So while this is going on, what are the other three up to? As you've heard the ground vibrating underneath you. And eventually it stopped. And the place settles down again.
Just shout back down the hole, I guess, see if they can hear us.
Was that volcano activity?
I don't know. The only thing though, Victor, you're the one that picked up on that kind of sound vibration. Did that sound like it was coming from what we would like a volcanic area, or did it sound like it was coming from almost like the coast, sort of inwards, if that makes sense?
It sounded like something moving below us.
Yeah, I know, but like, see the way if it was like a volcano off in the distance, it'd be coming like that way, and the reverberations would be coming.
Sorry, my Discord has just died again. The joys. I've tried everything I can think of. Just bear with me. Discord, come on. Sorry about that, guys. We dropped out on Discord.
We're back.
Are we still on
Wait.
Twitch, Ian?
We are still on Twitch, yes.
Still.
People
Awesome.
can still
I'll go
hear
back
me
to
on
it.
people can still hear and see me on Twitch while Discord dies.
Looking confused.
Yeah, totally. But right, so yeah, it came from directly below us. So unless we are unfortunate enough, Nate, to be directly above a volcano, that to me sounds like some sort of perhaps creature down there. If I had to guess, based off of what we've seen.
Don't fucking say that.
You say.
Ian will make
Game
us
hat.
roll up.
So I suppose it brings us back to what we think is the best idea. I'm not going to lie, because I'm a little bit clueless right now, I have a capability to perhaps extract clues about what we should do from the brains of one of you two fine gentlemen, or I can just find someone else on the camp to do it too, but it'll take a little bit of time.
How much time are we talking here?
Ian, how much is 2 rounds?
About a minute most.
Okay, maybe about a minute, like maybe not as much as I was thinking actually.
Well, I imagine it would take a minute for one of us to descend. So, how about while one of us descends, the other stays here and has their brain examined?
Well, hold on, right? Let's just have a think for a minute, right? Because we know that we heard that noise from down there, right? Let's just go under the assumption that there's something dangerous down there. 1, sending one person down on their own to have a look, terrible idea. 2, Francis will have probably already moved if there was something scary. So what would be the use in us going down and then we've got 2 people running about down there? It just sounds a little bit nuts. So honestly, the best thing we can do right now, for the way I see it, is one of 2 things. 1, we wait and just see if he can get back to us. Because after hearing that, who knows what we're walking into, right? Or point number 2, I do my trick. I'm not going to lie, it involves doing something not very nice to someone. But
Fine,
I have
not very nice.
Do you want to be my subject? It's not painful, like it's just it's a little bit scary.
I proceed to take like pry my gas mask up, have a swig out hip flask. Yep, well, it's the best of the 2 decisions. Considering it's a minute, otherwise, decision 1. Let's go.
I just stand there and watch him lift up his gas mask in the highly infectious area and just stare at him like, I'm surrounded by idiots.
I'll drink to that.
Right, Nate, you sit here. Doctor, do you have anything that I can put this gentleman to sleep with?
Oh, yes, I can do that. If you could just cross your legs and face towards our good friend Stephen here.
Indeed, I shall. I'll resip. The dog a wee clap.
Yeah, and just before you do it, I promise I'm not going to hurt you. Okay, like this is not what this is. I'm just going to extract your brain. Okay.
Don't worry. If you provided I get it back and if something goes wrong, I've still got Matilda to play with. So, knowing that, I'm sure Seamus will give you some fun.
Right, Doctor, over to you.
Okay. I go around behind him. I act as if I'm getting something in my medical bag. I reach around his neck and I'm just going to choke him out.
You just ask me. Fine then.
Are you going to
I
fight
do not
him or
resist.
you do not resist? That's fine. So after with Victor's
Like, for fuck's
strength,
sake.
it maybe takes a couple more seconds than normal. But Victor
Yeah,
eventually.
I've got a 65 strength. I'm crippled in the leg, but I'm okay with strength.
But eventually
Yeah,
you do.
he's like Joe from Family Guy.
Eventually Nate does
Yeah.
pass out on the floor.
Cool.
Victor arms around his throat.
Right. But Victor, leave him there. And what I'm going to do, like, this is more just a bit of flavour for my part of it, considering I think this is more another spell. But you see me go into my kind of like a satchel and I take out a little mortar and pestle. I start kind of putting in some herbs, start crushing them, and you see me take a knife and slice it across my hand, and just drop some sprinkles of blood in, and then pour it, like kind of drop just a little bit of dust on top, and then take a match, and then light it. But rather than lighting up like red the way a flame would, it goes green. And then the flames just travel up, like it's almost like as if it's been drawn towards Nate. It goes up through his nose, and I cast Nightmare on him.
Okay.
So basically, what's going to happen, or what should happen? Do you want me to explain this, Ian, or do you want to do it?
No, you go for it.
Right. Basically, what happens is this is determined by the gamekeeper, so obviously you, Ian. But Nate's going to suffer some sort of terrifying nightmare. Again, whatever that is really up to you. Like it will terrify you, Nate. But when you wake up, if I perform a successful psychoanalysis roll against you, then I can extract your brain and then try and find really important clues about what we should be doing or where we should go.
Okay. Is there not a power roll involved in it?
Yeah, there's a contested power roll.
Yep.
But I'm guessing it doesn't really matter. My power's so good. But I think he can choose to fail it though if he wishes. That's the difference why I was asking.
He can choose to fail it if he wishes.
I did say that I was willing for this.
Okay.
However, for my backstory, there's one particular element which, if the nightmare is triggered, I would resist. Anything else, I'm totally fine with. But there is one.
You won't know until it happens,
element.
Well, let's take a 10-minute break and we'll pick up with that nightmare after that break.
Cool.
Here we go, boys. Here
Awesome.
we go.
See you after the break, folks.
It's a nightmare. Here we go, boys. Here we go.
So, Nate, you're lying on the ground unconscious. Stephen's standing over you. These herbs are slowly passing into your lungs. And you find yourself back in the moors of England.
Oh no.
The night sky's dark. You're
Oh.
by yourself. You can hear your dog off in the distance barking. You hear a howl. As you look up, you can see the full moon above you. You can feel the presence coming closer towards you. You feel it getting closer and closer and closer. You turn. You start running. At this point, I'm probably guessing you might want to make a power roll to try and get out of the dream.
Is this a contested power roll with me?
Yes.
Yep. Ian hit the one nail on the head. Has this happened before
Oh,
I
no.
got here?
Like,
Oh hell no!
well, no, it's a double regular success.
Okay. So, the victory will go to Nate because Nate's contesting it. So, Nate, at this point, the creature's coming closer. You can see, just look into the distance, you can see the glowing red eyes. You can see them getting closer and closer. And slow, you just wake up with a start. You actually wake up screaming and roaring under
I
Stephen.
would probably swing at this point, just in case of if I feel that creature is there, my initial reaction is to swing.
Okay, so roll me fighting brawl. Stephen, you can roll a dodge
Right.
with disadvantage.
Punch him right in the dick.
No.
I did. I punched him in the dick hard.
Okay, so you smack Stephen right in front of you. Stephen, you take. Finn, do you have a damage bonus?
My damage bonus is I have a build of +1, so it is a additional 1d4.
Let's change that to a 1d6.
You?
Whatever you say, boss man.
Why?
So let's roll 1d6 plus 1. So,
I'm sorry. I'm
as
just saying.
Nate hits you, you take 5 points of damage, Stephen, with this punch from Nate. You look down at Nate, you can see Nate's eyes are glowing red. They're blood red. Just for the briefest of seconds. It's almost like a flash as he hits you.
Cool. Well, I'll kind of shake off. Go. Right. That happens sometimes.
As my the next instinctual response of punch is you see my hand like fly to my boot, and suddenly there's a very very large knife in my hand, about like a foot in length.
That's not a knife.
It's all right.
Well,
This
well,
is a
it's a
knife.
cookery to be
Oh.
exact, but aha.
Not if he's spoony before. It wasn't real. I'll pick up on this
Indeed,
later.
I have
Okay.
played Knife Spoon before. I
Right
won.
now, what I'm going to need you to do is just sort of tilt your head towards me, if that's okay. But please put down the knife first.
As you just see me slide it back into the like my high boots.
Right now.
Actually, if we're doing this, I just take the one knife out my boot, one knife out the back of my belt, another knife out the back of my belt, and they're just all just sitting in front of me. And I then say, "Let's." Well, if we're doing this, I would say sorry, but well, you said it might happen. I'm then going to just kind of take a more relaxed stance and kind of like tuck my hands into my belt, see if it'll help me not smack the guy in front of me again.
Yeah, if we ever do this again next time, probably make sure you've not got that on you. But anyway, look, tilt your head towards me. promise I'm not going to hurt you. And I'm going to put my hands on the side of his temple and attempt to channel my psychometry.
Psychometry, okay.
I'm going to try and channel psychometry from the dream that he had to see if I can pick up any hints. Like, I know obviously like it was the way it was described to him was there's some horror, but the way that it works is there can be details in the dream that, like, you know, almost as if I was placed into like the map of a game and can then walk around. If there's anything I can pick up that'll help in what we're doing or anything that's going on.
Excellent. Roll your psychometry for me.
Cool. Psychometry, it's up here, isn't it? Yes. Can I push this?
You can, yes. How are you going to push it?
After I feel resistance, like I'm like I fucking rolled an 82 and a 94 and 6. No, a 92 and a
Oh, well,
yeah,
but
92.
94 is
yeah,
still a
I'm-
success because you're... No, sorry. It's okay, no.
No,
No
it would be for my power, not my psychometry. But
Yeah.
what I'm gonna do is when I feel
Bring
resistance
luck.
and when I can't get a picture, I'm gonna like just completely drop any sort of like mental defenses that I have to the
Okay.
point that I know if I'm unsuccessful here, the nightmare he just encountered, I'll then envelop it.
Okay. Can you roll
Something
me
like that.
another psychometry roll?
Fuck me, man. I'm burning the luck for that.
Okay, so can you roll me a d6 as well to find out how many magic points you use?
Yeah. By the way, see for nightmare, is it just the standard 8 magic points I use?
Yep.
Right. Okay. Cool. Right. So hold on. Let me just do that math. So I'm on.
Consider I'm
6.
willing. Am I able to let him use any of my magic points?
No.
Worth a
Right, and a
shot.
D6.
D6
Yeah, of
plus
course
2,
it's the course it's the 6.
so that's 8. So you
course.
reduce your magic points by 8
Yeah, I'm not. That's took my magic points to 0.
to 0. It's not by below 0, is it?
Would have no. It would have been spot on 0.
Okay. Because once you run out of magic points, it
Sorry.
starts taking off your health.
Yeah, no. Like it was pretty much spot on the 0.
So as you lean forward and you put your hands on Nate's head, you slowly close your eyes. You start seeing Nate walking through almost looks like a moor or swampland. There's fog rolling across the ground. You hear the howling of wolves in the distance. They're getting closer and closer. Eventually you see this large thing rear up in front of you. Blood red eyes, long snout, large claws. As it jumps towards you. I need you to make a sanity roll for me.
Success.
So success, you only take 1 point of sanity loss.
Mm-hmm.
Now, have you lost more than half your sanity since we started? What was your starting?
My maximum sanity is 71, and I'm on 63 after that loss.
Okay, that's fine. So you're fine. So with that, this creature jumps towards you. You actually get to this stage that you're so frightened you almost pull yourself out of this dream, Nate. But the last thing you see is this large creature's teeth biting down onto you, tearing into your arm. You can feel the agony as each fang bursts into your arm. And you eventually pull yourself awake.
No hints about anything, or is it just
Not
been
with
enveloped?
a fail and a failed push.
I spent luck.
Did you?
Yeah, I said I was going to spend. I said I was
Oh,
going to.
sorry, I never heard to that. So with a success, is you see the scene of so you can't spend luck on a push roll. Sorry.
Oh, can you not? Oh,
No.
shit. Fuck.
You can either push the roll or
Okay.
spend luck. You can't do both.
Right, okay.
So with pushed roll,
Could I push it a third time to the point
No.
I'll just die if I fail?
Right. But you also take. Can you roll me a d4?
4. Of course.
So as you
All the rolls are
as you're
fucking
standing there,
high
your
anyway,
hands on Nate, and you're shaking, and you're seeing this vision, you can actually see your arm begin to bleed. It begin to leak out through your top and things like that. It's almost as though you've been bitten by something. You can feel the blood run down your arm.
I just took 4 damage, Ian.
Yep.
Boy, you have got some demons in your past, don't you?
You're muted.
At least, yes.
I'm sorry, boys. Turned out maybe should have had a different subject for something like that. Don't be wrong. You weren't to know, mate. It's not your fault. Just if things
It's
are
fine.
like that. No,
I had to
if,
see a man with a dog.
if the things like that from your past, then it makes that a little bit more difficult. And I left my arm, and you'll visibly able to see like what's happened to me.
I also raised my left arm.
Right, hold on. There's too much to go over right now, right? We're not going to worry about it for the moment, but we're going to need to have a chat because I need to know what this could be. But let's just get back to the matter at hand. It didn't work. It was worth a go. Let's find our friend.
So, Francis.
I'll see about lowering this down then.
So, Francis, you stand there. You can see the half-drying device slowly being lowered back down. At this point, it's about 10 foot above you. You stand there. So what you go do? You stand in this large tunnel.
I'm still here. You're still 10 feet short. When are you coming down?
So you can all hear this voice echoing up in the hole below you.
How far away is the truck from the hole? Because he put it a wee bit back from it, didn't you?
Yeah, it's probably about 20-30 foot back.
Just move it 10 feet forward.
Okay, so you move it forward. The half-drying device hits the ground with a little bit of a bump. But it's on the ground in front of you.
And then make sure I've got some rations, my medical bag, and a few like torches and stuff. Grab the rope and start climbing down.
Okay, since you're going down, Victor, I need you to make me a climb roll. But
Yep.
because you've got rather dodgy leg and your medical bag and things like that with you, I want you to roll with disadvantage.
Is the purple button on it?
Is that neutralized at all by the notches I put in the rope?
Not at this stage.
No, that's no.
Not at this stage.
The settings, I'll try that again.
How did you do that fancy roll with all the successes and the fails?
Press the purple one.
So-
Oh!
I don't think I need to re-roll
no.
again.
Oh no.
Okay, so
Oh no!
with a natural 100, Victor, Francis, you're standing there. You can see you can see the feet appearing through the hole at the top of this cavern, and then all you just suddenly see is a bag dropping towards you, then followed by a walking stick, and then you can see the body of Victor dropping. It hits the ground. It hits the ground next to you. Let me just roll for
At
that.
that moment, he realized.
Victor, see if this is how you die.
Fine.
You take 10 points of damage, Victor, as you hit the ground with a little bit of a bounce. In fact, sorry. Yeah, it's
More
yeah.
a crunch.
Yeah, with a crunch, you're lying on the ground as you're lying there seriously injured. You find that you may have broke your leg, but you'd have to have a proper look at it and spend some time.
Sort of lying there, see the wee small like fluorescent bulb that I dropped down earlier on. See Francis' face and go, ow!
Well, while you look at Francis's
Yourself?
face, you look up at Francis. You haven't noticed there's a slight change in Francis. It's almost like he's just sticking out. It's almost like he's got a jittery jaw. His jaw's like sticking out slightly, and his forehead seems to be slightly larger than it was before in this light. It might be light, it might not. I'm just not sure.
I did say that I had strapped the kind of like lit lantern to our large box, so that lantern should be there, giving additional light if memory serves.
Yep. Oh, there's a fluorescent there. There's a lantern, but yeah, it might be the shadows. It might not. Yeah, it seems so. His jaw's sticking out. It's almost like he's testing his jaw. His forehead seems to be slightly extended, with your 99 spot hidden.
Francis, you're not going to eat me, are you?
Intention of eating you?
Good.
Why would you ever think that?
Because you look fucking terrifying right now.
There's the man on the floor.
Could you do me a favor? Could you see if my asshole's outside my body, please?
No.
It feels like it is.
There's two choices here. One, you get yourself up, or if you're too far gone, you get shot and left.
I'm not a fucking horse. I'm pretty sure I've saved your life before. Asshole.
Kidnapped me, performed experiments on me, that you've openly admitted to as well.
It's all water under the bridge, my friend.
Well, I ain't got no medical knowledge at all, so I can't really help you.
Good thing I do. Could you help me sit over against the wall, please?
I'll basically grab him by the collar and drag him, and then sit him up against the wall.
Okay.
One more favor, dear friend. Could you get my medical bag?
Got this bag here. Go pick his bag up and take it over to him.
Okay, as you pick him up and start moving him, he feels lighter than you would expect. But yeah, he managed to move him without any issue. But definitely, he feels lighter than you would expect for a full-grown human.
You lost some weight, Victor.
If I lost my asshole, then yes.
Okay. That's fine. Drag him over.
First thing I'm going to do is the long flaying knife that I've got that I keep carrying on me. I'm going to unsheath it and keep it on my stomach whilst keeping an eye on Francis because he looks fucking terrifying. And then I'm going to go through the process of checking my leg and seeing if I can put it, like some form, maybe snap my walking stick and use it as a brace, something to support myself.
You were quite lucky. This was your bad leg already. You don't.
Oh,
you don't have two bad legs, but yeah, this was your bad leg already. You probably would need to brace it, but
I do have a metal brace on that leg, so can I just tighten that and then put bandages around it and try?
yep, definitely roll me a medicine. So Stephen and Nate, the last thing you heard was Victor screaming as he vanished out of sight.
Right. Before we make, because clearly he's just fell, right? Let's just eliminate uncertainty from the equation here. I'm going to shout over one of the shoulders. I turned into Sean Connery again. I'll shout over one of the shoulders.
Yes, we shall shout over the shoulders.
I'll shout one of them over. I'm gonna ask if they can crank the half drawing device back up because it's quite big, eh?
It's about 2 foot by about a foot.
Right, but thinking right, 'cause I'm just trying to get a kind of visual on size here, right? Like if
Use it as an elevator.
we were to squeeze on top,
Yeah.
squeeze on top of it, and we got someone to crank us down, would we fit? Is my question.
Yeah, it'd be a
We-
bit of
we-
an
we-
effort, but yeah. could be lowered down on the half the round device. On this
Why didn't I think of that?
on this
Oh,
large
and that's exactly what I'll do.
on this large bomb that's so big it could destroy within 20 miles. You could sit on it. As you sit on it, you feel your bum's slightly warm.
The most power he's ever felt between his legs.
Woof!
But yeah, as you sit in the crate, you can feel your bum warm as there's heat coming from this device. It begins to get warmer. But as you slowly get rolled down, you eventually reach the ground with a bit of a thump. And you get off, Stephen. You can see Victor leaning against the wall. Francis is standing over him.
Are you alright, gents?
No problems at all. You good here,
Like,
Victor?
yeah, just hold on. Give us a minute. It's quite dark down here. I'm gonna just go into my kind of like bag and kind of just wrap a bit of cloth around, like usually kind of like almost like a torch thing I carry, and just light it with my lighter, and just kind of like hold it up. So I've got some light in here. Did I see?
Lantern that you
Francis.
just came down with.
Wait, what?
There's a lantern.
just
on
came
The lantern
down.
strapped to the bomb.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that's right. Okay, I've totally forgot that lantern. Retcon that. Back to
So,
so I'll come down. Hello.
How
So-
you doing?
as you eventually arrive on the ground, you turn around, you can see Francis standing over Victor, and as you look in the shadows of the light, you can see the outline of Francis. You can see his front jaw sticking out. You can see almost like his head slightly pulled back. And I need to roll sanity.
As I see this straight away, Ian, like, and I'll roll this sanity right now. Hold on. Blah, blah,
But
blah,
also,
blah,
Victor, I
blah.
need you to roll my sanity as well,
Fail.
'cause I forgot about
Fail.
that.
Oh, hell to the no.
Fail-
That is a
fail.
nope.
Fail for me in a 93.
So 93. So
You gonna
yeah.
luck it?
No.
I think you can.
I failed to.
So Victor, you take 2 points of sanity loss, and Stephen, you take 4 points of sanity loss. As you see, Francis.
How much sanity is it you can lose in a session before something happens? Is it 5?
Yeah, no.
Aye.
Yeah, so if you lose 5 in one go, you get a bout of madness. If you lose
Right,
more than
okay.
a fifth in a session, you could go temporary insane. If you lose more than half your sanity, then you become permanently insane.
Hold on.
When I started with
Right,
59,
I started
Wait,
on 64, so I'm missing.
when I started the character, I had 59, so I'm down to 52 now. But we recovered some when we went back to New York as well.
I'm upstairs, so I'm fine.
I'm one off of my temporary insane point in.
Okay.
But yeah, after seeing his face, I just kind of go onto my back and just take off the 303 rifle and point at him. Back away.
But I'm not gonna lie, see, as soon as you came down the bottom right and I had seen how he looked, I was tempted to say, "Stay back, he's dangerous, he attacked me." But I figured I would already fucked my characters that session.
Oh, don't worry. I've still to come down. It can still happen.
So, Nate, are you having them pulling the rope back up to slowly lower you down on this device?
Yep. Based on like, before that, I would holler down. Everything okay down there? All good? Does it like ready to work?
It works, but we've got an issue down here. Get down. And I'm saying this while making constant eye contact with whatever Francis is.
Click. I crack open Matilda. I grab Seamus under one arm. I've got my arm wrapped around and saying, "All right, soldier, lower me down."
So, after a minute or two, Nate eventually arrives on the ground, and you can see Stephen standing with his gun pointing at Francis. You see Victor against the wall, wrapping his leg, and you look over towards Francis, and I need you to roll sanity for me.
Good evening.
Did you
I thought
see
well
the
done.
extended jaw, the largened forehead?
Oh, baby, be good tonight. That ain't good tonight.
He's fine. He's
Ah.
just had a really busy weekend.
Bad news holding Matilda. That is a fail on sanity roll.
Okay, let's see what you lose. Oh, you lose 5 points of sanity.
Perhaps a bout of temporary insanity.
Well,
Who am
can you roll
you
an
get to roll
intelligence roll for me first? And can you, if you
That's it.
pass, you'll have a bit of madness. If you fail,
Manatee.
Let's see what she gets, Captain. For an 84, I feel this is not a. I can't spend any points to push this, can I?
no.
Didn't think so.
But a fail's a good thing.
You wanted
You
to
wanted
fail
to
this
fail this one. So as you're looking at Francis, you think, nah, it's definitely just a trick of the light. It's just lamps and things like that.
Smooth brain.
It's
Smooth brain.
it's just a trick of the lights. It's just there's lamps, lights coming from different directions. It's just definitely a trick of the light. Right. It could be injured. It could be something like that, but you're just not sure. But luckily, with a failed intelligence roll, you don't go into a bout of madness. And the score just screwed up again. I don't know why it does this on my machine all the time. I think we're going to have to change from Discord to something else for our video calls in the future.
Why not?
Hello.
Is that someone in the chat?
It was me.
He's still
Oh,
talking.
okay.
Ian's still talking away on
I do. I talk away a lot.
Twitch.
Yes, I talk on Twitch while it crashes. I was just saying that we might have to change away from Discord if this keeps happening.
Indeed. But we are where we are. We do what we do. I go, nah. That can't. Surely he can't be that ugly. It must be a trick of the light. What happens, oh glorious games master?
Yep, that's exactly how it happened. You think this is a trick of the light, but you're all standing in this tunnel. With the light you've got, Stephen and Victor, you can't see the other walls from you. It's just outside the scope of your ability to see. Nate, you can see the wall across from you. It's about 200 feet away from you.
Werewolf. The fucking werewolf.
Francis, you can see this as
Ooga.
clear as day. You can see this other wall. You can see the tunnel heading up and down the tunnel.
Like how wide's the tunnel itself completely?
It's
About 200
about 200 feet
200 feet.
in diameter. It's a circle 200 feet wide.
Halfway about 100. Okay.
There's a big thing that lives down here then. It's
so
about
something
200
Jamie
meters
said.
wide.
I made
Right.
something slightly larger than Matilda then.
Yes.
Well,
There's a big creature that lives that way, pointing back the way that I was told it was.
Yep.
That way's safe, but there is creatures down here who eat human flesh.
Are you sure you're not one of those fucking creatures?
Yeah, I'm Francis. Why would I be one of those creatures?
Hold on, right? And I know my character has one of these in his satchel, right? Because I specifically carry it around for reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go in and take out just to see a small little reflective mirror.
Of course, you have a
Puff
fucking
face.
mirror. Is that for
Oh,
fixing your makeup?
It was actually my wife's Shishiki Bam, right? I like to keep things on her. Sorry, on me that remind me of her, right? Anyway, I'm going to take the mirror. I've got her dildo in here as well, man. But like I'll take
You can go fuck yourself.
Doesn't it surprise me if you're a husband?
I'll take the mirror and just kind of like slide it across. Look at yourself.
Okay, so Francis, you lift this mirror and you look at it. You look absolutely normal.
There's nothing wrong with me. I'm the same Havlish, damn handsome guy.
Right, I'm gonna grab the lantern and then hold it up in front of him and then look at Nate. Are you seeing this as well?
I hate to break it to you that which you see does not necessarily reflect what is necessarily we feel as in, well, Oh, devilish good looks, mate.
You're fucking ugly.
Victor, that's fine and dandy.
Oh, I mean, now you're fucking ugly. Like, you don't look like you. To us.
Out of interest, can I see your gun a second?
No.
Okay, can you show me and verify that this is fully loaded?
What's fully loaded?
Your weapon. I'm just wanting to double check that should something happen, that you're fully capable to ensure that your execution is at the best of its abilities.
And I'll fire over his shoulder.
That wasn't the question! The question is whether or not you had a full magazine, a full round, a full whatnot. That for me says that you're now messing around.
Still fully loaded. Always is.
Just fired one. By definition, it is no longer fully loaded. Oh, what is your fully loaded? Are you a barrel, or is it a magazine? What is it that suffices your rounds?
A revolver that always has ammunition.
Was it
He used
how?
a cheat code.
More precise, it is a Colt Patterson 1836.
Is that a weapon which is a 6-barrel shooter or a magazine fed?
6-barrel. So it shows you, if it shows you his gun, you notice it's got like a white ivory handle. There's weird symbols carved into the handle. There's weird symbols carved into the barrel. And make me a spot hidden roll, Nate.
Glorious. First success advantage is a hard success.
A hard
It's
success.
21.
So when you look at it, you can see that on the handle, there's also what looks almost like a razor blade based into the handle. And you can see there is blood on it. But yeah, there's all these strange symbols in the white ivory handle, down the barrel, and also on the what would you call it? The magazine? No, it wouldn't be the magazine. It'd be the
Barrel.
yeah, the barrel and the other barrel.
Barrel and the barrel.
Yeah.
It's the most intriguing weapon you got. Like retail where break the barrel and let's see ammunition. Isn't you just fired a shot, so there should surely be an empty chamber. Oh dear, he has disappeared into the darkness. Where has he gone?
But if he shows you the chambers, you can see that all 6 of them are empty.
How can you fire a gun and every chamber is empty? And can there's appears to be some strange runes upon it. Perhaps if we are able to transcribe it from native tongue, perhaps we could imbue this upon Matilda. Just think, if we are able to take the power that you have within your single small gun and apply it to a larger gun. We've already exhibited that friends here have powers beyond imagination. Perhaps the power that we had to destroy the leg of a spider can be applied until further.
I like this.
I know you like this, but perhaps we'd all like this. Would you allow us to inspect this item?
Are we going to get moving, or are we just going to stand here and talk all day? I certainly
Well,
don't want to
if
be
we've
here
got
any
the
longer
power
than we need to.
If we have the power to transfer what you have right here onto Matilda, Matilda could be an absolute devastator. However, if you wish to forgo that, I will.
As Nate's talking, I am literally going to pick up the item and walk the way that I was advised to.
Okay, at this
La
point,
vie avec la mort.
yep, so at this point, Francis starts walking down the tunnel. What were you heading? You heading towards where the creature was? or back towards the other creature, the giant creature or the other creatures?
The other creatures.
Okay, so
End of the weekend.
you start heading down the tunnel to the left. Is anybody following Francis, or what do you think?
I'm currently still sitting against the edge of the tunnel. Like, I think I can taste my spleen.
Well, Doctor, that's probably not the best thing. Let's get you standing up. As I help the Doctor to his feet and see what happens.
So with your walking stick, you can manage to take your weight, but you are in a lot of pain. Walking sore.
Oh, morphine time.
That or a flask, both are amicable.
You have your vices, I have medicine. I would like to hopefully have some morphine in my medical bag and inject myself with.
Okay, without a problem, you managed to pack up your medical bag before you left. So, yep, you're giving yourself some morphine. It makes you get a bit drowsy. The pain seems to ease off, and you find walking not as difficult as it was now.
Victor, you ever heard of a doctor tasting his own medicine? Why don't you use your solution?
Oh, heavens no, it's completely untested. Properly.
No, you've been using it.
What?
Yeah. Tried to tell you that, but you just went for it.
I'm pretty sure I mentioned that it was completely experimental when I injected you with it.
Experimental is one thing, untested is another.
Well, not completely untested. I did use it on Francis.
But
He's
speaking of which, is it just me that sees him like that? In that fucking...
No,
He is
ugly.
completely hideous. But we can't really judge because
I'm not talking about the way he was before. Now,
you can't really judge because you do have snake titties.
No, I don't have snake titties. I have a couple of scales on my chest. But this isn't about me, right? Look, what are we going to do? We've just ended up in the arsehole of nowhere. He's turned into some fucking, like, mole person.
Well, he hasn't shot me yet, so that's a good sign.
That's normal.
We continue on, and if shit goes south, then shoot him.
I will crack Matilda. Well, there's two in there.
I must warn you, though, that there is a chance that shooting him might not kill him. Due to some
That's why there's two barrels.
Yes, but the formula I gave him is supposed to bring people back from the dead, and it might work once we kill him. If we kill him.
If required, we can remove kneecaps. Things like legs tend to move a little slower.
Hold on. Am I the only person in this group who doesn't have that, apart from yourself, Victor, that doesn't have that solution in them?
Oh,
At the moment, he seemed to have pissed his back out. I'm not sure what happened there.
I believe the description is return to sender.
Well, that's not true because I didn't get it back. It's in the drain.
Well, that's your fault, not mine.
Anyway, look, let's just move forward.
Sorry, Stephen. Are you feeling left out? Would you like some?
No.
It might help with your snake titties.
No, don't have snake
titties.
Go look, we've got limited time down here. We need to get you out because your leg's fucked. Like, let's just follow Francis for now. He seems to know where he's going. And hopefully we get out of this fucking hellhole. But honestly, this device is down here already. With how much of a state this place is in, do we not just get to say if we detonate this?
I imagine, provided we're out of range of the volcano, we should be fine. But
yeah, no, I know. But this place is fucked. I mean, fucked. Look at where we are right now. Look at what we're hearing. Look what we've encountered. Why should we even try and keep this place still going? What are we actually fighting for here?
I'm more here to figure out what the
fuck. An honor.
How to stop it.
What was that, Francis?
It's just an honour.
It's an honor.
Honor. That's peer pressure for dead people. let's see what happens as I grab my mask, take another look for the hip flask, and let's see where their fate take us. Come on, boy. Let's I'm not
You
waiting
brought
on
the
you, gentlemen.
dog down
Let's go.
Yeah, it does.
Hell yeah.
Camera keeps. There we go.
So, Stephen,
All times
Francis.
you got to see a man about a dog.
So, Stephen, Francis, and Nate. While you're having this conversation, you hear a voice from the shadows. It's like, ah, friends, more friends. Did you bring tasties? Are you friends with our friend?
Do I hear roughly where that noise is coming from, Ian?
Yeah, it's coming from slightly off to your left, in the shadows.
303 rifle shot and directly where I seen heard the sound.
Okay. Can you
I
roll?
would like to see, like, in the case of hearing a voice and just like seeing him like ready rifle, I would just kind of like see if I can snatch my arm out and just if I can cock it skyward.
Okay.
Cool. You want me to roll a firearm, sure?
Yep. Roll firearms for me, please.
Yeah, fail.
Okay, so as you swing around and you shoot, but here. Well, that wasn't very nice.
Who are you?
We're friends.
Friends of who?
Friends of your friend, I think. The one who was here earlier, the one that went that way.
Is it called Francis?
I don't know.
What do you want?
Well, I like more tasties.
I'm going to shoot another bullet.
Okay.
Fail again. I'm more so just doing it for the noise of it, though. Like, just to kind of try and scare them off.
Okay. I kind of looks at you and it's like, please stop shooting at me.
Stop saying you want tasties then, because I'm currently in a dark hall. One of my friends looks fucked up. We've got a man here with a fucked up leg. We just want to get out, and you're saying you want tasties.
You want to get out?
Hold.
You want to get out?
Everybody chill and relax. Hello there, my compatriot. Could you step into the light so we can see who we're talking to? As I'm now just holding the barrel of my friend's gun, like just pointing it down there, so like a point of quiet. Like, just let them see it, let them talk. We can do this afterwards.
So,
my friend, let's step into the light. Let us discuss and see what certain tasties and stale.
okay. And he steps forward, and you can see this large creature, almost like a doggish jaw, random patches of fur on him, large claw-shaped fingers, large canine teeth. These other teeth are pointed but slightly almost like broken. Knees bend the wrong direction, and you see random clumps of fur across its naked body. And he's like, "Ah, I'm Liverworm. Hey, how are yous?" And I need three of yous to.
Liverworm.
Well, I need to roll
Sure.
sanity as you see him step into the light.
Fail.
Extreme success for me on a 10.
Great success.
I roll extreme success, he rolls extreme success.
From
So-
Kazakhstan, come, I see this thing? No. You see my neighbor? He really like that. No, that drive you mad.
So, Victor, you take 2 points of sanity loss.
I have lost 11 so far since we came to Borneo.
Okay. But I think that may be a perfect spot to end tonight.
Did I take by the? Oh wait, no, I didn't take anything extreme, did I?
Nope,
Yeah.
none.
Nice.
See, when they says I was a friend of your friend, I was so gonna I was gonna go. Can't be. Francis doesn't have friends. He shoots everybody he meets. How can he have friends?
Hey, bada bing, bada boom.
I
Awesome.
do believe I've not actually shot Nate.
Yet.
Yet.
When did I
So,
shoot you,
well,
Doc?
You shot my fucking fingers?
He shot his hand off.
Yeah. Have I shot Stephen? Oh yeah, multiple
Yeah.
times.
Yes.
You've also
You
blown him up
literally-
with dynamite as
Would you-
well.
and you slit my feet like a big bitch.
Right,
Actually,
right, you do not shoot
So-
Nate.
The only reason you got the gun with infinite ammo was just so you could shoot Steven out and out again.
But wait, there's more.
Just one more thing. Bang.
Well, I hope you all enjoyed that tonight, and we'll see where things end up next week.
Yeah, it was
Yep.
good, man. Awesome.
If we
Right, so
survive.
Yeah.
for everyone that was in Twitch, thank you very much for coming along. We'll see you next week. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Arrivederci.